I talk to you about, are you feeling tired of not getting the things you want to get done? And I speak from a place of my heart, from my heart, because let me get my heart out. There we go. Because years ago, I used to feel like there was all these things I wanted. I wanted to have a business. I wanted to homeschool my kids. I wanted to go on vacations. I wanted to do projects around the house. I wanted to have all these things, all these desires, all these things and they never got done. Drop below never in the comments if you feel the same way. If you feel like, you know what? I have all these things, all these wishes, all these desires, all these things I want to do and accomplish in the world, and they're not getting done. Because I just remember that feeling of disappointment, of feeling unproductive, not worthy, um, not capable, like not smart enough to figure out life. And how did some people get things done and other people didn't? And I was one of those other people. Like I just didn't understand. And so I wanted to share with you, and I was actually talking to someone earlier today, someone that I'll be on their podcast, their summit in a few weeks actually. And she was like, Brenda, I see you everywhere. As I see you doing everything. How do you do all of this stuff and still raise a family and still do the things you want to do? And so I thought I'd share with you some of the secrets that I've learned, some of the things that I do personally that allow myself and the women that I work with opportunity to do this for themselves. And the first thing that I always talk about is really setting healthy boundaries. Now, I had no idea about boundaries. I had no idea what a boundary was, what it wasn't. I thought I was living, for me and what I wanted until, at the end of the day, I'd be resentful and hurt towards the things that like towards my children or my husband, the things that I loved in my life. And so what I learned over the years of self-development for myself and with working with clients, it's about really setting healthy boundaries. And what is a healthy boundary? It's a boundary where that you get to choose, right? You get to choose what it is that you want for yourself. And so, when I was raising, as I am, and I'm speaking about when my kids were younger and I was homeschooling them, there had to be really strong boundaries for myself to keep my sanity. And so, one of the things that I highly suggest you do, and it is a really powerful exercise, is if you make a list of all the things that you get to do every day or feel like you have to do every day. That's a whole nother story. The have tos, you get to look at the rules you have around that. And, that's a big lesson. And I do dive into that in my Fear to Freedom program. But for today, look at all the rules that you have. I mean, all the things that you have to do that you feel you have to do in a day. Like, let's just, I'm a mother and I have 3 kids. So I feel like I have to do laundry, I have to pack lunches, make breakfast, drive my sons to school. For me, I feel like I have to work out to keep my sanity, meditate, walk my dog. All of these things are have tos, right? And then I get back and then my day starts after dropping them off. Like those are all things that happen before school. And so it's like, okay, looking at this list, what what are the things that bring you joy? And what are the things that just drain you? So looking at the things that drain you, excuse me, looking at the things that drain you on your list of all the things you feel you have to do. First of all, there's nothing you have to do. That's why I keep saying you feel you have to do. All the things that you think you have to do or feel you have to do, looking at them and creating systems for them, delegating them, and asking for help. And I can speak from someone that used to think that I had to do it all in order to be loved, that I had to do it all in order to be a good mother. I had to do it all in order to be a good wife, right? Then I learned that I don't have to do it all. In fact, I don't have to do any of it. I get to choose, right? Those are about setting healthy boundaries. So if you make a list of all the things you feel you have to do, look at that list and see what can you systemize? What can you delegate, have somebody else do? What can you do that, maybe you just need assistance with? And what can you eliminate? And look at that list and begin to make boundaries. Begin to set yourself up for success. And I'll give you a personal example. My son goes to school. I work from home, but I have an hour commute to work because my son goes to school 30 minutes away. And so in that 30-minute drive there, sometimes I talk to my son, sometimes he doesn't want to. So I start setting my mind up for, with my affirmations, with gratitude, with stillness, right? So I utilize the time that I have. This is a system that I created, right? And then on the way back, I usually talk to my team members and have conversations with them because I have that extra time in the car. And so that's when I do our team meetings. And then when I get home, I have a half hour to eat breakfast, clean up, do myself, whatever that is, take a shower, and then I start my day. But it wasn't until, I used to think driving to school was a waste of my time. And so it's like, let's get present. What do you get to do in that time? And so I utilize that time to serve me in that space. I created a system within my flow of my day. And so it's looking at, where do you get to create a system? Where do you get to create delegation? I no longer do my laundry for my 15-year-old child. I no longer do laundry for my 13-year-old child. And my 10-year-old is just beginning to start his own. And so that is something that I've delegated. In fact, even before I had kids, I delegated that. I hired someone to do that. And then everybody says, "Oh, you're so lucky you can hire someone." I said, "No, I just changed where I spent my money." There are always solutions to eliminate, delegate, and ask for help. So setting healthy boundaries is one. The second one is uh, really putting, like, what's like the project you want to complete, and putting an action plan together. And when you put this action plan together, you put it together and you stay committed. See, what happens for most people, especially the women that I work with, what I see is they say one thing, but then they do another. Can you relate to that? Drop down. It's like, yes, I want this, but my actions aren't in alignment with that. Meaning, I want to work out. I want to put my health first, but I'm so tired. I can't get to the gym. I'm so tired. I can't keep my commitment. Right? And so what that happens when you make a plan, to do something and then you talk yourself out of it, you actually lower your confidence within yourself and therefore make things that you want to do even harder for yourself. So it's making small, simple plans that you can accomplish to build that trust within yourself so that when you have a bigger goal that you want to achieve, then you can achieve it because you already have all these small little bit of beliefs within you. So plan and sticking to it. And, one of the things I'll suggest to you right now is looking at what are the stories, what are the things that are holding you back from making, from accomplishing the things that you want. Not enough time, not enough money, nobody else helps me. Those are some of the old stories that I used to run. And it's reprogramming them to get out of that mindset. But it's not just reprogramming the mind, right? I recently had someone tell me, just choose new thoughts. And yes, that's amazing. And yes, you get to choose new thoughts, except the old thoughts, even if you choose the new thoughts, still have energy. You still have energy in you and programming in you. So it's not just willing yourself into new thoughts. It's yes, this is where I want to go, but it's reprogramming your energy, reprogramming your thoughts, your feelings, your stories, it's all of it. Just reprogramming your thoughts alone will not get you where you want to go, in my experience. So, the second way to create what you want is to put yourself first, and make a plan of action and look at what are the stories you're telling yourself and reprogram your energy, your feelings, and your thoughts around that. Drop down how if you want to know how to do that, because then I can make more training for you. The third and final thing is, and this goes across the board for anything, is to speak up for what you want. Don't settle. Allow your voice to be heard. Allow yourself to be seen. There is nothing wrong with asking for what you want, whether that's time to yourself, whether that's time to go out, whether that's a vacation, whatever it is. When you allow yourself to express what you want, it is empowering for all parties. When you hold on to that, that's like hiding a secret. That's like taking energy that wants to be out and expressed and holding it back. So when you're holding energy back, it actually impacts the people around you, whether you realize it or not. And then what happens is resentment builds up, anger builds up, frustration builds up. And it deters you from getting done what you really want to get done. Because now you have all this energy bagged up into resentment, anger, frustration, not being willing to speak up. And so therefore you won't get the things done because you're focused on all the things that isn't working. So I'm going to encourage you right now to dive deeper into you, dive deeper into yourself, dive deeper into manifesting and creating the things that you truly want. And join us tonight at 8 p.m., I believe, Eastern, for our a free manifestation masterclass on the top secrets to manifest. So come join us. It's going to be an amazing class to help you get to know you, your rules, your stories, your belief, to do some rewiring of your mind, of your energy, and you'll walk away with a plan of action to take towards your manifestation. So I can't wait to see you tonight. Hop on in. It's free. Come live. It's an interactive workshop. You want to watch it live to take full advantage of all things that we're going through tonight. And I can't wait to see you. The link is above, and drop below your takeaway, what you learned from today. And I'll see you in the masterclass tonight. Bye now.